is just top notch.
Okay.
And here we have the new penties supplied by Purple Heart. This is the Purple Heart Synthetic Longsword Tournament this year.
And what is the difference between synthetic swords and steel swords when fighting with them?
Sure, a lot of the misconception comes from just looking at the material. You didn't know my own club. The material is different, but that's all right. The synthetic swords tend to bounce a little bit more when they hit each other. They're not quite as sticky when they bind. However, they are basically invincible.
Yes.
And there's something to be said about a sword that's not going to break.
Right.
Here we go.
And with having the wider tip, they are somewhat safer.
Yeah.
They will definitely impart a lot of energy still through them.
They're also a lot cheaper.
Yes, and which is great because it gives you a chance to get into sword fighting without having to custom order your sword or spend hundreds of dollars for a steel sword.
Yeah,
and you can get in pretty easy. How much is the penties?
I think the penties are sitting at about 100 or 105, something like that.
105.
Yeah.
And it seems like the synthetic swords are anywhere from like 90.
Yeah.
Kind of range.
90 to 120 for a typical longsword. I know with Purple Heart you've got a few options for cord wrap colors, different types of pommels, things like that.
Oh, there was a clean.
I think.
We've got some different calls from the judges. One's calling arm, a body, and a head. Once again, it is quite difficult, especially with the more flexible swords.
Yeah.
Because they may hit and then deflect into another area.
Absolutely. That is one of the things about synthetics. They do tend to flex a little more than the steel.
3 minus 1, go! Fighters, fight!
And beginners generally you can find more of is it's called open attacks, where they will attack and then not defend.
Yeah.
Continuing from there.
Yeah, for most people starting out fencing, it seems straightforward, but after the first strike, everyone kind of goes blank, and you see that in beginners. And the more you fight, the more you develop these reflexes that you can just use without even thinking. So they have some reflexes here, but not quite enough.
Okay, so what we saw there was actually pretty good control. Where the gold fighter was like holding him, and he had the pommel held up above the black fighter's head. What that's showing is that he could actually hit him. So what he's showing is that he can actually strike him in the head with the pommel, which can be a skull crusher.
Yeah, pommel strike is devastating. All right, so I think the guy from my club's a little down on points. He's going to have to go deep. He's got to get a headshot, a body shot. It's like he ate something to his own head there. Oh, we got a double, a black, and a gold.
Yeah. So it looks like there's plenty of hits going around. And once again, that comes back to, defense. Now, this is some more of the fundamental sword fighting. You actually start to learn that defense is almost more important than the attack.
Yeah, of course. It's really easy when you're in a competitive environment to think, well, to win, I need points.
Mm-hmm.
And so I better find any way I can to hit him. Unfortunately, this isn't just a sport.
Yeah.
We're thinking in the grand scheme here. With a sharp sword, I don't want to be hit ever.
Yes.
No exchange. No exchange.
Hey, that's like gold.
Match goal!
It's gold.
Alex Lasovic from Javanrich. He's a newer, I think, Javanrich fighter.
Oh,
okay. Which camera am I facing? Fourth place, Andrew Perkins from South Coast. Bronze medalist,
Alex.
Alex Palmer.
Oh, Alex Palmer, not
Alex Palmer. Okay.
My mistake. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well done, gentlemen.
It was still a good fight. There was